Alright, so today I'm going to teach you how to find the equation of a quadratic using only 3 points. So let's say we have this table here, and the only thing you're told about it is that this is a quadratic. Now we know that a quadratic's basic sort of equation is ax squared plus bx plus c, right? So we can use this equation to find out what this equation is, because it's been dilated, it's been transformed, because you can tell from 1, if you were to just have x squared, your y value would be 1, but it's not, so it has been moved. So we're going to figure out what it is with this really cool trick. Alright, so basically there's a long way and a short way. I'll teach you the long way first, and then we'll do the short way, and it'll be easy peasy, right? So the first thing that I like to do is I plug in x into this general equation, okay? So we get a plus b plus c, right? That's kind of a normal equation, equals 5. Then I do that with the second value. So 6 squared is 36, so 36a plus 6b plus c equals 115. Then we have 8 squared is 64, 64a plus 8b plus c equals 215, right? And then from there, I turn these into matrices, okay? So our first value is going to be 1. You basically just take the coefficient in front of a, b, and c, and you just put them there respectively, right? So we have 1, 1, and 1. Then we have 36. 36, I need to make this matrix bigger. Alright, we have 36, we have 6, and we have 1. Then we have 64, 8, and 1. Now notice that your c value is normally going to be 1, okay? Because x is not, you're not applying x, you're not multiplying c by x, right? So it's just going to be 1. Alright, and then our second matrix is going to be these y values. So 5, 115, and 215. Alright, now we're going to do what we call an inverse matrix. So you basically just raise this to the negative first, and you multiply these together. And what you should end up getting is the first number should be the a value, the second number should be the b value, and the third number should be the c value. So if you know all 3 of these numbers, you can figure out what the equation is, right? So let me just get my calculator. So go to matrix 3 by 3, put in the first one, 1, 1, 1, 36, 6, 1, 64, 8, 1, to the negative first, times, number of columns is 1. To anyone who's looking for a calculator, I would really recommend the TI Inspire CX. It's in color, it's awesome. To 150. Alright, so I ended up getting a is 4, b is negative 6, and c is 7. Now, the fun part is we can, so let me just write out the entire equation. So 4x squared plus, I suppose, negative 6, whoops daisies, negative 6x plus 7 equals y. So now let's graph that. Oops. Minus 6x plus 7. Alright, so the graph is moved up 7 units, so let's just, or not moved up 7 units, moved up some units, but it's not 7. Alright, let's go to view and, oh, that's not it. Window zoom and fit. So now you can see the graph, but the really cool thing about this calculator is that you can see the table. So, let's see. Our first x point was 1, and look, it corresponds to our y point of 5. Then our second one is 6 and 115. Then we have 8 and 215. Great. So that means we have figured out the equation using matrices. Now, what if I told you we could just skip this entire part? We wouldn't have to write out these equations. We could just skip right to the matrices. Well, you actually can. So, the first column 1, wow, okay. Column 1, this column here, you basically just take your x value and you square it. So 1 squared is 1, 6 squared is 36, 8 squared is 64. Column 2, this one, is basically just your x. So 1, 6, 8. And then column 3 is really just 1. Your c value will never change. It will always be 1. And then your second matrix will just be your y values. And that's basically how you do it. It's really useful because, like I said before, quadratics aren't like linear, and you can't. Did I say that before? I'm not sure. But let me make the point that quadratics aren't linear, right? They're not in a straight line. They have like a U shape. But matrices are a really cool way to figure out the quadratic equation. Ooh, it's the end screen. Click on one of these links to be directed to that playlist. And don't forget to subscribe!